I just found one of Hive's most rarest items, the knockback Nemo. But by finding this, I began to think, what if I collect every single one of Hive's most rarest items? Now, in order to do this, I would need a plan. Now, since I already got one of these items, all I need is 6 more. So I asked for help. So meet me like blue 9. Alright, so we have to mine gold in Skywars. So no. Well, now for all of these items, they're going to be scattered around different games. But there's actually 3 items in Skywars from these ores. The knockback Nemo and 2 other items that can only be found from gold. Now these items are and now all we gotta do to get these items is spend hours mining. But not all of these items are gonna be in Skywars. They're gonna be in a plethora of game modes. All we gotta do is not die. But unfortunately, this is how most of the games went. Us playing and losing, because since we didn't focus on winning, all we had to do is focus on mining gold. But eventually we were able to get these items pretty quickly, and the first rare items was collected, the bling boots. Now not many people have seen this item. This is one of Hive's most rarest items, but there's one even rarer. Even though we got the first item that we need, we still need to collect the second one. And the second one is so rare that most people haven't even seen it before. So we have to mine some more gold. But since gold doesn't give you anything too useful, we end up dying. Even the bling boots are pretty bad. They're only just gold boots. But we continued mining gold, and so far we were probably at a few hundred, almost 1,000, but we got both of the items. Now we can finally move on to Bedwars. But before I move on, I do want to quickly say that if you have enjoyed this video, enjoyed my videos so far, I would highly recommend subscribing and getting us to 30 subscribers. We are very close to getting there, so all of your subscribers will help, and we will go back to the video. So enjoy the rest of the video. Now I am going to upgrade my generator because for this next item, we are going to have to get gold. Now some of you might know about this item, but I've never gotten it. It's the wooden sword. Now, no one has gotten this item because it's pretty much useless, but it is pretty rare to see in a game, because most people can just instantly buy a stone sword, iron sword, or diamond sword, but in this specific scenario, there is no wooden sword here. So we're gonna have to get it through a different way. And using the team upgrades, we can get an item, which is the starting sword. Now, if you fall into the void, you can get this item. Now, it is pretty useless. I mean, it's not going to be the most useful item, but I mean, it can still be used in some specific scenarios. But since we got this item, we can go to our next game mode, block drop. Now, for this next game mode, we need to collect these power-up blocks. And from these power-up blocks, they can give you the item that is so rare that only appears every few games. Now, from these item boxes, you're probably not going to get anything too useful. But from one item, you can get something that's so OP that can just sabotage other players. And unfortunately, I just got hit by one. It's the knockback Nemo. But in order to get this, I would need to get as many item boxes as possible. Now for these next few games, my strategy was go on the first or second layer, stay up there until most of the blocks are gone, go down to the last layer, and eventually get the Nemo. But after a few more games, probably close to 20 games, I still haven't gotten it. This is one of the worst luck I ever had, because usually you would be able to get this item, and this item is actually an item that I've gotten before, but for some reason I just can't get it again. But after playing countless games, more and more grinding, I finally got the item. After dying a lot and going through countless amounts of games and maps, I finally got the item. After leaping across, I got the Nemo. And if you don't quickly get these item boxes, you would lose the chance to get the Nemo. But eventually I got it, and I was done with block drop. But I couldn't take a break just yet. I was so close to finishing this board, I just needed a few more items. But for this next item, we're gonna play a game mode that I haven't been playing basically at all. It's Block Party. Now for Block Party, you can also get these item boxes. But from these item boxes, there's an item that basically gives you guaranteed top spots. But this item was also the rarest. So you would have to collect at least 100 item boxes before you get this item. But for me, I got pretty lucky. After getting every single item that you couldn't get and playing game after game and end up losing to people who got this item, I finally got a chance to get it. Now, if you get the item that I'm talking about, you have a pretty high chance of winning, as I said. But from this item, it is pretty hard to get. You will have to use multiple one of your special items that you got from these boxes to be able to get these items. But after getting hundreds of item boxes and like tens of games, I was able to get this item, the color teleporter. Now, after getting this item, I was able to quickly move up the ranks. It was pretty easy to keep on going, and if I made a mistake, I could simply just teleport onto the platform. This item was definitely the most overpowered by far. But then I got a second color teleporter. But when I thought about it more, the longer that I stayed, that's when I got the color teleporter. But anyways, I could finally put this back on the board. But I still have one more item before I can complete my board. But for this item can only be found in a single game mode. Not just Bedwars, but Bedwars Mega. But the weird thing about this item is it is the easiest to get. I mean, you can jump into any Bedwars game and get it in the first 5 seconds. And it is the red tulip. Now, the reason why it's so rare is that you need to collect it with an item slot in your first slot open and you not hovering over it. So then you can get the item. Now, no one knows about this item, so it is rare, but it's very simple if you know how to get it. But there it is. I've collected every single one of Hive's most rarest items. And finally, I can fill out the board that I've been spending hours on. So if you want to, please subscribe.